Happy spring. It is lovely. It is absolutely lovely. It really is. I mean, the weather is beautiful, it's sunny. Oh, and I can be outside without having to worry about freezing to death. And there's off days, and one thing is that you're probably struggling to hear me, maybe a little bit. I don't have a mic on today, so I'm going to speak as loud as I can, but I don't have a mic on today. I'm having mic issues. But another thing was I really wanted to make sure you could hear the birds singing, that you could hear the spring sounds. So turn up your volume on your earphones or whatever, and just enjoy the sound of the birds, as well as seeing some pretty decent top 10 spring fragrances. Enjoy the video. So this is a no frills, low edited video. This is just really relaxed. This is how I kind of at the start imagined doing videos, but then I realised no, I wanted to actually challenge myself a little bit, give myself a little bit more to do in terms of editing. So there is a little bit more of that in the channel than I originally intended, but I enjoy it. So first of all, I'm gonna give an honourable mention. Depending in the world wherever you live, you may actually you may want to wear this in spring. I think this is slightly more capable of being used in summer. It's a very, very lovely kind of sweet, citrusy, kind of zingy fragrance, and this is Allure Homme. This is Edition Blanc, and I hope I'm getting that right. This is the Allure by Chanel fragrance, and it's a lovely, lovely kind of soapy, clean citrus fragrance, and it's perfect for summer wearing. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tuck this one away, because for me, in Scottish weather and UK weather in general, it's not quite warm enough yet, I'd say, to be able to wear this, you know, at least regularly warm. It's not quite enough, quite regularly warm enough to wear that. So that's why I'm dumping that away to the side for now. I'd also like to say that, very briefly, these are in no way in top 10 order. These are just 10 fragrances, my top 10 current spring fragrances, and these are the ones I totally recommend getting for this spring. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one I've done a review on before. It's in oud fragrance. Wow, I'm kicking it off completely off the rails. Now, before I reviewed this, I thought this is an oud fragrance. How can it be fresh? It's not going to be fresh. Black oud. It's not going to be fresh. It's going to be a lovely warm oud fragrance. I couldn't have been more wrong. It's not completely fresh. It's not completely aimed at being fresh, but it is a lovely, spicy, sweet, but refreshing oud. It isn't really kind of musky. It's not dirty. It's not really down to earth, and it's kind of it's not overwhelming like some ouds can be. It's not in any way skanky like you hear at least Barry describe it as. I know a lot of other people describe it as, but Barry from Centralized, I love it. He always talks about, you know, if it's skanky, then I won't like it, and which is fair enough. A lot of people are the same with that with oud, and this is a really great perfume from Zeus Perfumes. This is Black Oud, and I truly recommend getting this. This is a lovely oud fragrance for the winter, for the spring. If you're looking for a fragrance, at least an oud fragrance to wear during the springtime. Next, another untraditional spring fragrance. As you can see, I absolutely hate it. Barely worn it, other than like the hundreds of times I have. This is a Zaro Pour Homme. This is the first in this Pour Homme line. It is officially one of the oldest fragrances I own. This one is an old version. This is an old formulation, and it is absolutely lovely. The reason it's not traditional is because it's a barbershop fragrance, and barbershop fragrances generally wouldn't be associated with being worn in the springtime, but it is totally worthy of being worn. It's a lovely, spicy, aromatic, amber heavy fragrance, and it is so lovely. But it works in this kind of weather where it's kind of transitioning from cold to warm, and it totally works for that kind of weather. So that there is a Zaro Pour Homme. Now, moving slightly more traditional, we have something that is very, very citrusy, and it's a lovely neroli fragrance. This is from Banana Republic, and this is Neroli Woods. Now, this is a banging fragrance, and the cap, as I've said with others, weighs more than a tractor tire. It is absolutely, I mean, God, what have they used in that? That must be solid metal. Anyway, it is a lovely fragrance. I've also put a fair dent in this bottle, and I've only had it for a year and a half. It's got slight vibes and pulls slight sort of ambery notes kind of from this Zaro Pour Homme, but it has a really kind of lovely, luxurious neroli in it that is so beautiful. It is very, very nice. The citrus is really quite prominent and it is absolutely delicious. It totally smells like something you can consume. Apologies for any background noises. Again, everyone's enjoying the weather. So yeah, really nice fragrance, and this is an absolute hit from Banana Republic. I adore that company. I just adore Banana Republic in terms of their fragrances, at least. Next, I have one more kind of barbershop style fragrance I want to display because it also suits the freshness, and this is Safari by Ralph Lauren. This is Safari for Men by Ralph Lauren, and it is a beautiful bottle. It is a lovely kind of crystal glass with a wooden style cap, or it looks wooden at least at the top. I don't think it is. I think it's probably plastic to make it look like wood. And whilst this also has a kind of warming cedar, sandalwood and amber, there's also a touch of incense, frankincense in there. It is still a fresh, it's airing on the fresh side of barber fragrances. And if I give it a spray on the skin right now, there's this really lovely green apple vibe I get at the top. I'm not sure if that's listed in the notes. Apologies for the wind. I don't have notes in front of me right now, but I think that if it isn't in the notes, it's certainly something that's kind of given off as this kind of apple vibe before it gets quite smoky, quite tobacco-y, and it's that is a lovely fragrance. It really is. That is suitable. This is very versatile, but works very well in the winter. I truly recommend picking this one up. I got this as a tester. This is a tester bottle, and very cheap, very cheap. Next up is a fragrance I've talked for a little bit, and this is a really interesting fragrance. This is from Lancome, or Lancome. Lancome. I've seen so many different ways of saying it. This is Vervain, and this is a sherbet fragrance. This is sherbet lemon all the way. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's outstanding. I mean, it's got some light florals at the top. This is a unisex fragrance, but it's got some really light florals at the top, and then it just moves into this lemon lime kind of bergamot. It's outstanding. This is in my top 10 lists of my favourite fragrances that's out there at all. It's just absolutely beautiful. Outstanding. I don't think I can think of a citrus fragrance that highlights the meaning to me of spring more than this does. Yeah, it really does just highlight spring, and pardon me, and it's very minimalistic, this bottle, but it's really nice, and you can actually kind of pick up the lime green colour in it. The sun's setting now, so the sun's kind of going away a little bit, but let's get through this video before it goes completely. And we're going fully niche now, but not niche prices. We've still got very reasonable prices. This is a fragrance from a really great house. I absolutely love this house, and this is the Bath House, and this is Bergamot and Amber. Now this has some beautiful kind of sweet notes in it. It smells like a little bit like banana-like, but not quite. You don't quite have that banana smell. Just the sweetness that you would get from the banana is fruity. It's got like red apple in it. It's got mandarin orange. It's got mandarin blossom, slightly florally, but I think it's still classed as a male fragrance, and I think it's deservedly masculine. But a woman could 100% wear this. But it has that amber, the light amber, nothing overwhelming, nothing too earthy, nothing too deep and dark. It's still very refreshing, and it's a really lovely fragrance. I think it works well in so many different situations, including work situations, but just being in public, whenever we get to do that again, it is absolutely lovely. And this one is, if you're going to be purchasing any niche perfumes and you're looking for something under kind of 100 quid, this is well under 100 quid. You can get this. It's a niche house, make things done low scale, everything's done handmade, and by professionals and specialists. This is a truly brilliant fragrance. I bought this under my own accord again, so don't think I'm being biased. This is bought by me, and I truly recommend getting this fragrance. Lovely, sweet, fresh fragrance. Beautiful. I'm going to power through these. Just a few more to go. 4 more. Hold on. This could be perceived as a winter fragrance, but I like this. I actually saw Gent Scents featured this, and I thought, just beforehand, I thought, do I feature this fragrance in my spring haul? In fact, was it Gent Scents? God, I can't remember who it was now. Someone featured this in their spring haul, in their spring fragrance list, and it took me a minute to kind of agree, And I did eventually agree. I thought, that's very true. It's a perfect fragrance for spring, at least in Scotland that is, because it has that warmth. It has this beautiful kind of luxurious sweetness that you get, the kind of mass appealing sweetness that you get in your designer fragrances, and it has that. But it's also got a sweet apple in it that is very, very nice, and it's kind of got this tanginess as well at the top. It's a truly brilliant fragrance for spring. And if you're looking for something that's designery, still has that really appealing sweetness that many people would like and get you lots of compliments, but something to wear in spring that could also kind of fit into the colder weather, this is one to look out for. This is Spice Bomb Night Vision by Viktor & Rolf. 3 more to go. Another designer, we have Armani Code Profumo. Now, I've only got a little bottle of this. This is 15 mils, and this is truly amazing. I made a video on these very recently, and I could have featured them all, really. I could have featured them all. They're also versatile, but this is kind of aimed towards winter, springtime. As you start moving into summer, maybe not so much. I didn't feature the Armani Code Original because I think I'll probably want to feature that in my, apologies for the van noise there, I'll probably want to feature that in my summer fragrance haul. So this is a brilliant kind of vanilla, tonka bean, just sweet, kind of slightly tangy, but really quite nice, down to earth fragrance, and it follows this beautiful pattern that a lot of their fragrances do in the cold line. It's got that kind of tobacco-like base as well, but it does have a light enough opening for it to kind of fit into the spring category. And again, I'm fitting things to the climate that I'm in. You know, one day it could be like this, and then 2 days later we've got some downpours throughout the day. In Scotland it's unpredictable, but you know, the stigma is that it's never nice, and I can guarantee that in Scotland it really does get nice weather sometimes. So some of these fragrances work really well for that summer, but for that kind of summery vibes that you start to get. But this one is more erring on the gloomier side of Scottish weather, and that is Armani Code Profumo. Second last is a fragrance that was sent to me again by a lovely woman. I've mentioned this before. This is Burberry Weekend, and wow, this is solid citrus. This here is a fragrance that is nothing other than citrus, and I'm pretty sure that I checked the notes and I was actually correct about that. It smells of nothing other than citrus. It's just, well, let me list the sharp kind of bitter sweetness. No, it's just bitter. Let me give this a spray. Oh yeah, it opens with this kind of like very bitter lime that you'd expect in a drink, an alcoholic drink, and that smoothens slightly, and you get this lemon, but it almost smells like you're just spraying a diluted lime, say, oil on your skin. It smells a little bit like that. There's a light bergamot, and there's possibly taken away slightly from the citrus. There's maybe some sort of light florals again as well, but very light florals, nothing to stop it from being at all masculine. This is a sportswear fragrance, I'd say, but it doesn't last. That's the one thing. That's the one issue with it, because it's so light, so citrusy. It doesn't quite last. Which is slightly annoying. It's a bit of a shame, but it's a little bottle. I'll bring it with me and I'll just reapply. I've got no issue with that. I don't think it's particularly expensive either. Yeah, Burberry Weekend is really nice. Finally, as I said, these aren't in any particular order, but this is another brilliant fragrance. This is Patrick by Fragrances of Ireland. Now, if you're looking, say, women, if you're looking for a slightly more masculine alternative to Old Lancome, this is where to go. This is exactly where to go. Patrick is by far, I mean, Patrick is one of my favourite fragrances there is. I was sent this for free, but that does absolutely not skew my opinion on this fragrance at all. Skew, I mean, not skew. This is, I mean, holy hell. If you haven't tried this, please try it. It is, if you've got any sort of liking towards citrus fragrances, you need to try this. You absolutely need to try it. It's got a slight touch of floral, but it's mainly citrus. Really nice woody almost. It smells a little bit like sticks at the bottom, at the base. A little bit like sticks, a little bit woody, but the top is so kind of sharp and sherbety and a tangy. Oh, it's slightly it's even tiny. It's got tiny amounts of spiciness to it as well. But this fragrance here is unbelievable. The quality of this is unbelievable, and its price is so cheap as well. It remains on skin for quite a while. It's not the best at longevity. I mean, it's a cologne spray. It's not the best, but if you're looking for something that you can bring, reapply, it's not expensive at all. You can get it on Amazon for, I think it's nearing $45 in the USA, but in Scotland, in the UK, you can get this fragrance for about 20 to 30 quid. It's just outstanding. I can't recommend this enough. And these are my spring fragrances. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it's not been too windy on the camera microphone. It's been yeah, it's obviously I've not got my own mic, and I hope it's turned out. I really hope I don't have to reshoot this. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please do like, subscribe and comment to the channel. It'd be great. I'd really appreciate your support, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time on Mr. Fragrance.